Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 16th, and it is time for another Taco Tuesday here at WiLS. I am excited to be joined today by four of our vendor partners, and we're going to get started with Backstage Library Works with a new face to Taco Tuesday. Making her Taco Tuesday debut is Madeline. Madeline, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can take the reins.
All right. Can everyone hear me okay? Jeff, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, and we
Good
can
to
see
go.
your slides.
All right. Thank you. So, hello everyone. My name is Madeline Dundon. I am new to Backstage. I am the account representative for the Midwest territory. I am based out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is where one of our offices of Backstage Library Works is located. When I am not working for Backstage, I am a professional jazz singer. So my love of history runs super deep. And I'm just excited to be here and to get to talk to you all a little bit about what we do at Backstage. So just to kick things off, a general summary for you guys. Backstage has been at it since 1986. We started as a retrospective conversion company, and we have been booming ever since. We work primarily with libraries, archives, and museums around the world, actually. We've got some clients internationally. We provide back-end processing like digitization, microfilm preservation work, cataloging, data authorization, and more. And we have three locations, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania being one of them, where I am, Provo, Utah. And our third location, we cheekily say, is wherever our on-site staff are working, because at any given time, we've got several projects going on site where we dispatch some of our crew to that location to do work. And we are comprised of about 150 folks. Librarians, project managers, our technicians, sales reps like myself, who are all certified with masters in library science to assist. So I know this looks like a lot, but we do indeed offer all of these services: digitization, microfilm, cataloging, authority control, archival processing, reclassification. We do inventory review, we do RFID tagging, we do card conversion. All of our work is customized. So at Backstage, we really do partner with the institution that we are working with, and we really collaborate on projects. So we do understand that no project is the same. So this work is all customized for the challenge at hand or the project at hand. So I wanted to just sort of give you a little general overview of each of our departments here at Backstage. I'm going to kick it off with our digitization department. We know that, again, every collection is different and not every solution fits all projects. So we customize our process and the deliverables to fit your goals, your objectives, and what you have in your collection to be captured. Our pre-production process is exceptional. We scan specifications, customize fit your collection. When I started at Backstage, I was a collator for the digitization department. So I would go through and make sure, let's say we would get a shipment in of newspapers that were digitizing. I would go in, I would count, make sure all the pages are there, tape up tears, iron it out so it's nice and smooth and ready for digitization. Then we carry on to our capturing phase, very high quality digitization with automated file tagging and quality assurance inspections. So after everything is digitized, we have a very thorough quality assurance and a quality review process. And we can deliver in many, many ways. We can give you these files back in whatever way you need: JPEGs, archival TIFFs, PDFs. These can be created to be searchable as well. It's really whatever the client wants. We also digitize almost everything under the sun, from rare documents, letters, newspapers, once upon a time a billboard. Um, we can digitize a great variety of objects. It goes beyond just a book or a newspaper at Backstage. I wanted to highlight today specifically our Real Deal. So you can digitize your microfilm for a special price for your membership here at WiLS through December 31st for $75 a reel. You can digitize your microfilm, archival TIFF image files, JPEGs, or a single frame PDF file deliverable. We also are offering a Real Deal Plus, which includes a multi-page searchable PDF file delivery bound by issue or segment. Reels filmed as two-page spreads or auto-split to one page per image, additional metadata gathered, reflected in the file names. 12 to 15 cents per page is included in this Real Deal Plus, and WiLS members are receiving an 8% discount on the standard price. So this is something that we're really happy to be able to offer to you guys, and I wanted to make sure I hit it up front before I forgot, because there's a lot to cover. Microfilm. This is sort of our OG department from which we grew. So our Bethlehem, Pennsylvania facility was designed specifically with our microfilm gold standard preservation in mind. And today we continue to really champion and fight for the prevalence of high quality full service microfilm. We have a on-site climate controlled microfilm vault where we can store microfilm for clients. We offer microfilm processing, microfilm duplication, and then microfilm filming, as well as microfilm digitization. Our cataloging department is incredibly extensive. We catalog in 130 plus foreign languages at this moment. And yes, so we can also add physical processing workflows to any cataloging project. Or cataloging includes edited copy, enriched, edited, and original. We also have the ability to catalog remotely for clients, and our resources are processed to the level of detail necessary for your specific needs. And like I mentioned, we have experts around the world that work remotely for us in various foreign languages. Our authority control department, our service standardizes your access points, your cross-reference points with synonyms and pseudonyms, and we create a very complete web of access for all of your collections. We do base file updates with all authority control headings. We can clean up your bibliographic files. We can catch up on changes to standardizations of headings if processed recently. And we also can do ongoing work. We can keep your catalog at its most accessible with regular maintenance. A lot of our clients have that kind of relationship with us. Recently, we added in our diversity, equity, inclusion processing for our decolonized indigenous peoples thesaurus and or the homosaurus. Our collection management department includes cataloging that I mentioned earlier, but also inventory review and RFID tagging. So huge collection projects like inventory review and RFID tagging, they take a lot of time and they pull your staff at your library away from all the other things that need to be done. And so our team works with you every step of the way to customize this type of work and work on site with you. Also, hybrid option now is possible for us. So our inventory review reassures that every item, of course, is accounted for in your database. And our RFID tagging makes sure that every section of your library gets scheduled for its moment in the processing spotlight. So no matter the material type or your unique specifications, we can tag for you. We can do weeding, shifting, rehousing, and we can clean. We can add all of that to any on-site project to help you tackle all those things at once. And like I mentioned earlier, we do have the ability to send someone on site to your institution for a day or so. They can assess the situation, head back to wherever they are, and have a regular Zoom setup situation where they can be consulting you if your institution isn't able to accommodate or invest in having an on-site Backstage Library Works member come. So that's one thing that I'm really excited that we offer. This is one of our this is one of our beautiful, oh, it won't stay on that slide. Okay, if you can look at that for a second, that's our customized cradle, one of them in our Backstage offices. This is just a neat image of our digitization studio in Bethlehem. And like I'd mentioned earlier, we can digitize a great range of things, like loose materials that are listed here on this slide, such as, postcards, clippings, files. We do a lot of scrapbooks. We have photographic materials listed here for you, found items, lots of yearbooks, and like I mentioned, scrapbooks, and oversized items such as posters, maps, blueprints, a bunch of architectural blueprints, drawings, large format books like glorious prints, coffee table books, and on occasion some 3D objects. We also offer on-site digitization. We can set up a temporary local cultural heritage imaging environment that utilizes the exact same high quality equipment in our Bethlehem digitization lab, and we can deliver the exact same level of performance and a very high standard for our images. If the materials are very, brittle, or if you are not comfortable mailing them, this is a wonderful option. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about of our microfilm services, I'd mentioned that we can work in preservation microfilm. So at Backstage, we have become very familiar with diseased microfilm. Acetate microfilm is susceptible to various issues, and often the best form of prevention and recovery is to digitize that collection of microfilm to a polyester-based microfilm. There's just some images here of what that can look like in a microfilm reel. And that vinegar syndrome is an autocatalytic and can spread. So it's important to check your storage health with testing strips that we also can provide. Sometimes we have those at conferences, or when I go out on the road and visit with people, I bring those storage health testing strips and I hand them out for free. And I had mentioned our microfilm storage facility and temperature controlled HEPA air filtration and a pre-active dry pipe sprinkler fire suppression. This is set up in our Bethlehem office, and there is potential to, depending on demand, increase our microfilm storage facility space. All right. World language cataloging, as I mentioned, we've got experts in over 130 languages and large range there that we are incredibly proud of. Shelf ready, this is included in our collection management services offerings. Materials can be delivered to your library, cataloged, physically processed, and complete with our spine labels and all of your usual, self-readiness prep that you include. We also partner with publishers. So we can partner with them and we receive your materials first, and then we process them, and then we ship them to you, which simplifies a lot of steps for the institution. This is just some more information on I know I'm running a little short here on time, but just some more information on our authority control services. And that about covers it. I hit all the spots. So we have our microfilm department, our digitization department, our collection management services department, and our automation department, including all of that authority control work, base file updates. And that's all I had for you today. Thank you very much for listening. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and if anyone has any questions, I'd like to open the floor for those.
Madeline, thank you so much for sharing with us. First of all, I am embarrassed to say I had no idea that microfilm could actually get like contagious
I don't.
infections. So I've learned something new today, which is always good at Taco Tuesday. I will say to anybody watching, please do reach out to us here at WiLS if you've got any questions. And the other thing I'll point out is that Backstage Library Works is one of our WiLS order direct vendor partners. So if you're reaching out to them or contacting them for pricing or quotes, please do make sure to identify your institution as a WiLS member, because that's what's going to trigger that discounted pricing that Madeline was mentioning. Thanks for joining us, Madeline. Great job on your first Taco Tuesday.
Thank you. I talked very fast, so I hope it wasn't too fast.
No, it
Thanks,
was
Jeff.
perfect. It was perfect. All right, but I am going to get us pivoted right over to our next presenter, who is another first-time Taco Tuesday presenter joining us. Not a new face at Gale, but new to us at WiLS. Joining us is Lindsay from Gale. Lindsay, are you ready to jump in and take over?
I am. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me.
Yep,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Awesome. My computer was having a little Tuesday morning running this here. Well, hello everyone. Thanks, Jeff. I'm new to WiLS. I'm new to Wisconsin, but I've been with Gale for a short, quick and fast 17 years. So when they say it's true, it is true. I think when you're having fun, time goes by fast, right? So I'm gonna try and share my screen here. What I put together for everyone is a little bit of a s'more for about Gale and some of the stuff. You can see the screen okay?
Yep, looks good.
Great. So I just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. I know we have a lot of school librarians and libraries and schools that subscribe to Gale. So thank you for WiLS libraries and schools that you support. A little bit, and if you're not familiar with Gale, I'm just going to walk through this a little bit, and then Jeff, I'll get the link over to you, and you can get it out to the group too after. There's a little bit of information about Gale. I did put in our current top 10 Gale K-12 users. This is from September 2024 to last month. Jenny over at West had shared a really amazing, she's got really, really great usage in her Gale resources. They just added Gale in Context for Educators, which is our teacher lesson planning tool. So she calls a few out. I asked her for some feedback on how she uses the tools and how she shares Gale. So I could talk all day long about Gale, but we want to know how they're being used in the classroom. I am a big proponent on checking Gale before Google, or checking any credible database before Google these days. There's a lot going on. Google, we know, gives you everything, some ads, lots of distractions, some information. And I don't know about any of you, but a side of anxiety lately. But Gale gives you what matters. So we try to help you worry just a little bit less. A teacher recently shared that when she was having her students use Gale, she could worry less. And I really like that feedback. I do have a little link to a Gale blog here about Gale versus Google, see who wins in your classroom. You could see we're ad-free, no firewalls, there's no request for subscriptions. Once you're in our resources, you're already subscribed to it. It's a safe starting spot for trusted sources. It can be curriculum aligned. We've got the built-in tools and the accessibility features. We also have a new AI leveling tool for teachers that allows teachers in our Gale in Context for Educators resource to, you can change the levels into 12 different levels. So that really gives you that power to meet those kids where they're at, building that comprehension that we're striving for. I also suggest to read that blog. This video is amazing. It's about 3 minutes long, and it's a side-by-side comparison from one of our amazing trainers on Gale versus Google. And then we do have a comparison or a companion activity, Gale versus Google student activity. I suggest sharing that out as well. So Wisconsin Priorities, Gale Solutions. So Gale supports your DPI goals. We've got mental health and wellness collections. I know several of you have got Cameron's collections. That's grade 6 through 12. And then there's the Cameron's Camp for Wellness. This is a curated collection of our eBooks. It's a one-time purchase. You own it, all cross-searchable, nothing to check in, nothing to check out. As a mom to a now 12-year-old who just started 7th grade, I am very lucky that we have access to this. I really do believe it's a safe starting spot. Kids have questions, and sometimes they're not comfortable asking those questions. So I really just think it really helps address those sensitive topics, and again, you can worry less going to that. I included this link. There was a little news interview with Cameron's mom talking about Cameron. The story behind her is she struggled with teen depression and anxiety, and she wanted to really help erase the stigma. Back in 2016, she ran a 5K. While she was training for the 5K, she came up with doing the Speak Up 5K. When she ran that marathon, she crossed the 12, I think it was a 12-mile marker, and collapsed due to undetected heart condition. She immediately passed away. There was nothing anybody could do, but her parents have celebrated, and her will and her drive to really erase that stigma associated
Whoa, go lay down.
with teen mental health. And Gale started with the Cameron's collection curating reference materials and titles to support and help with her mission. Every year we update it. It's a one-time purchase. And all of our resources you can translate into almost 60 different languages. You can listen to it in 20. You can change the font into open dyslexic font. Change the spacing, change the background color. That's for all of our resources. So I've got a little, another little s'more here. We are updating. If you guys, once you guys get this s'more, if you click on links and they're not working, let me know. They're updating our Gale.com, which some of these links have gone to. So just hang tight there. Things are getting updated, and I'll keep updating this as it goes. It also supports your DPI for literacy and inquiry. Our K-12 Gale and Context resources are updated daily, and they include reference. There's biographies, there's primary sources, there's periodical news. You've got the popular news like New York Times, The Economist, statistics, you name it. I also love going to it just for vetted websites as well. We know there's a lot of misinformation floating out on that scary open web these days. Paula, that was in you guys probably have met Paula when she moved to a curriculum company, but I noticed she was on a mission getting National Geographic Kids in a lot of schools, and there's over 700 accessible texts with Nat Geo Kids. Definitely reach out if you want a trial for any of these. Digital literacy and AI eBooks or artificial intelligence. We've got new collections to support those. We know AI is a big topic these days. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but you guys can go through it. We know that Gale and Context, we need literacy, we need comprehension skills. Gale and Context middle school especially is a really good literacy superpower at the middle school level. From kids, going from I don't get it, lacking the context. Teachers can, use a portal page and taken right out of our middle school resource, and they can use timelines and articles and primary sources to really help connect the dots. What I really liked was this aha moment too. When students come from different backgrounds, context really levels that playing field. So it really gives every learner access to the prior knowledge they might not have picked up at home or in earlier grades. So really think about Gale and Context does what it says it does. It really provides that background knowledge and that context. I like to include a little bit of try this. There's a lot going on. So I've pulled out specific links to some of our resources directly to some articles. And then again, building that background knowledge and building comprehension skills. There's a whole s'more I put together just on elementary school goodies. This is going to take you to the Gale in Context. This is the new page for Gale in Context resources. And then I called out our Gale in Context core resources, and then a few of our most used favorites. Gale in Context literature is the newest of the gang with, there's about 100 full text novels. There's the accessibility tools. This was designed by teachers to help teachers with lesson planning and connecting students to literature they're reading and engaging with the world. There's a lot of videos, so there's crash courses, and there's Great Gatsby's, I know, a big popular one. So if you haven't seen this one yet, I'd love to share it with you. I know there's a lot that have global issues and Gale in Context opposing viewpoints. Global Issues is an amazing place for connecting the dots on issues we hear about domestically, but from a global perspective. So if you want trials for any of these, please let me know. CTE pathways and financial literacy. We've got eBooks. We've recently aligned eBooks to the business marketing entrepreneur clusters. We also have a financial literacy collection. Gale One File is our periodical resources. Gale, and we've got a lot of sub-collections that support CTE courses. We also have Gale Presents Peterson's Testing and Career Prep. There's CTE practice tests, as well as ACT, SAT, foundational skills, college and college scholarships. You name it, it's basically in there. Gale Presents Health and Wellness is another really great resource. And then Chilton's is another favorite that's for all auto repair, another popular one. You'll see I've included a little financial literacy hunt, and then I do have another s'more that I created just specifically for that CTE pathways. I've included a couple webinars throughout this as well. What's really powerful with Gale, content is everywhere, but to me, it's the powerful tools on a safe starting spot and safe platform. Age appropriate, you've got SSO integration, so you can integrate with Google and Canvas, or Google and ClassLink. We've got LMS integration with Canvas and Schoology. You've got citation tools. Topic Finder is huge. This is a visual search wheel that you can really narrow down research topics. I've heard of teachers come back to the librarian and tell them that they had to come up with more curriculum because they saved time. The kids were able to do projects quicker. You can search by Lexile and content levels. And I mentioned our accessibility tools earlier. These are definitely something that I think is a powerhouse for Gale. I was just recently at a training, and this comes up over and over again. Every time we bring up the CER writing activities, think teachers are spending a lot of time looking for materials. Using your Gale resources, it's super easy for them to grab 2 articles, have the kids highlight. They can highlight the claim, evidence, the reasoning, and they can send directly to Google Drive. They can take notes and highlights and send that over. Teachers can grade it in minutes. One of our wonderful trainers has put together some pre-made activities. So this is just a template. This is these both are, I think, on opposing viewpoints. One's on school uniforms, one's on fast fashion, and I've linked these in here as well. There's also a TikTok ban lesson plan that's available too. So I linked those support tools here as well. If you're not familiar with our eBooks, we have cross-curricular ebook collections, all one-time purchase, nothing to check in, nothing to check out. So as I mentioned earlier with Cameron's, we do have cross-curricular. We do have the digital literacy and AI ebooks available. So you can pick one title, or you can pick a whole slew of titles. We do opening day collections as well. What's neat about these is every single student has access to it. You buy a copy and you now own it in 50 different languages. You've got the audio, and you've got open dyslexic font as well. Notes and highlighting there too. In addition to the student PD title or student titles, we also have PD titles for teachers. We're partners with ASCD, Solution Tree, Corwin, ConnectEd, everybody. There's a lot. Jimmy Casas has got a lot of followers if you're familiar with him. So I've included our catalog in here. There's some new tools and some articles about AI that I included. We do have some new webinars coming up. This one sounded really neat with a Spine Salem witch trial content and Galen context. And then I've also included more for a link for upcoming and recorded. And that takes me to me, just about me. If you want to schedule some time to meet, or if there's anything I can do to help, please reach out, and I'm more than happy to support you. Thank you. I kind of flew by that, Jeff.
Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us and showing us so much cool stuff. I assume we can send a link to this small
Yeah,
long for our
definitely. Yeah,
members.
yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah. I kind of wanted to call out some things behind the scenes though, so I know everybody's busy. So I will definitely send that out so you can click on those links.
Yeah, we'll be we'll be sure to include it in our follow-up message after the session. Thanks so much for showing us around and highlighting such cool stuff today.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, I'm going to share my screen really quick here just to get us set up for our next presenter. I don't know if Ari will be ready yet. I think I told him we might be a minute or two behind, so we'll just kind of see. I think I see him unmuting though. Ari, are you there?
Yes, I am, Jeff.
All right,
Okay,
so coming to us, not a first-time Taco Tuesday presenter, a veteran Taco Tuesday presenter joining us from NewsBank is Ari. Ari, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can take us into some NewsBank topics.
Yes, I've eaten more tacos here on Taco Tuesday than I care to admit. But here we go again. I'm going to share my screen and get to it. Thanks again for hosting me. One of these Taco Tuesdays, we got to do it at Jeff's house, like a barbecue, outside barbecue.
All right, it's a date.
So many of you have seen NewsBank before. A number of districts and privates and individual schools are enjoying using our research tools. This is really supplemental, but just perfect for any research project that your students have. This is all vetted, on site, of course, and then remote access for all students, faculty, family. This is our main landing page, which gives you over 14,000 global primary sources. You can do an easy search here, like the Google-like search bar here. You can go in by suggested topics. Everything here, every curricular area, business, debate and speech. We have that, support that team, your debate teams. As you can see, the subtopics here designed to support those debate topics. Literature, the arts, science, STEM, technology, UN Sustainable Goals for your Model UN team. Here's your 17 goals for the year, all supported here. Suggested topics gives you research trending issues. So this is updated monthly, something specific to the month of September. Of course, 9/11, I didn't know it was a classical music month. I had no idea about that, but you can see the other holidays that we're celebrating or something specific to this month. Trending issues, these will be pretty consistent, as you can see, depending on what's going on in the world, and then we will change that as, regarding the currency, AI, border, gun control, social media. These are really shortcuts designed for your researchers. Where do I start? And then how do I get to the primary sources on each topic? So everything's presented like this. It's very clear. You can do a general search if you wanted. I don't know, maybe we're doing some research on organic farming. Now we're searching the entire database, so your results can skyrocket. This is more specific rather than doing something like Ukraine, where you would end up getting millions of results. But our tools are designed to really edit and narrow it down to specifics. So here on organic farming, you see the first result is out of allafrica.com. This is a full text article. Every full text has a read aloud in the native language. We have over 20 different languages. Your highlight term, or your term is highlighted here, organic farming. I'm going to go back. That's a full text article. I want to show you some of the tools. You can make it larger. Citation tools, we export with all of the well-known export the citation tools. Email to whoever you like. Any Google schools, we have direct into Google School, into Google Drive. We have share into Google Classroom. You can copy a Duralink and send that out. So very versatile. The toolbar on the left, very helpful, especially when you're narrowing it down thousands or even millions of results. You can flip it to oldest simply by hitting oldest. This is by decade, narrow it down. Organic farming, maybe you want 1990 forward, and then just hit apply. You can simply put in a date or a year and hit it apply. Here's an idea of your source types. NewsBank has the largest newspaper collection in the world, but some of the other source types, audio, blogs, we get very local, college and university press, journals, magazines. Web-only content is huge and growing. Over 40% goes directly to the web. We carry that for you. Other options, year, source name, source location can be interesting. Maybe you want a European perspective on whatever topic that you're searching. You would simply hit Europe, and then from there, you can go country by country, whether it be the UK or France or whatever the case may be. Maybe you wanted to do organic farming and narrow it down by state. I want to really concentrate on just Wisconsin. Let me get to all of the Wisconsin sources. Hit apply. Now you're looking at sources just from the state of Wisconsin on organic farming. Okay. Now on your left, you will go to individual cities, as you can see. Okay. If you want to clear your filters, simply clear filters. We're still on organic farming. The toolbar will take you Lexile readability. If you want 9th grade reading level only, simple as that. Hit there. I mentioned we have over 20 different languages. Maybe you're working with your Spanish-speaking students. We will go to Spanish. Some of it will be in English, depending on how the source is written. A lot of English here for this one. Here's something in Spanish out of Crowd Newswire. Again, it'll be all Spanish. It'll read aloud in Spanish. Okay. Again, clear my filters. One other thing of note on this toolbar, which a lot of clients like to utilize, is presidential era, if they're doing comparison and contrast, how the media presents a certain issue. Maybe how did they present it when Obama was president? Here's your era compared to Bush. Just give you a comparison there. Plenty of options to do those types of research. Anytime you want to go back to the main page, you hit NewsBank. I want to show you what an image edition looks like. An image edition would have what it sounds like. It's a fully digitized newspaper with images. We have the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel with images, today's edition. I put in Wisconsin. Here's a look at some of our sources from Wisconsin, including the Daily Cardinal, full text. We have as you can see, Wisconsin State Journal as well in an image edition. So it's either going to be full text or image. The difference would be this. When I show you the image edition here, you can see 2023 to date. You're going to get the entire newspaper. And if you wanted this put to the side, we'll build a tab for you Maybe you want to go directly to the Wisconsin State Journal in the morning or the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, and we'll build a quick tab for you. Here it is. Tough loss for the Badgers, I think, over the weekend. Packers are looking good, I know. But here's the entire newspaper. You can thumbnail it here. Go to the weather, go to the sports, whatever you're looking for. The icon's similar to what I showed you before with this clip function. You can take this image or an article, add it to your research project. You can go right to Google Drive. You can create a PDF of your own, including the citation. MLA, for example, very easy to work with. Nice thing to be able to do and add to your research project. Okay, I'm going to go back. Another nice thing here is daily headlines and lesson plans. Top 10 headlines around the world every day delivered to you, covering everything, politics, health, you name it. One of those headlines will be turned into a lesson plan. This looks like on the ocean rising near Australia. Okay, here's your lesson plan. Educational standards, 4 different options for the plan, related material, and assessment options. Great thing about these, everybody, is you get the new one every day, but they're archived. You can find a lesson plan pretty much on anything. You can search here. Put any topic you want. Getting back to the Ukraine. Okay, here's a ton of different lesson plans built on the Ukraine at your fingertips. And there's your curricular areas on the left. Okay. So that's Access World News, 1982 today, over 14,000 global primary sources. We have a historical archive, 1690, first newspaper ever published in the US. We have it. Through 2000 is the timeline built by Era. Anything that you're looking for, you can find in here. Civil War. Okay, there's a timeline. Maybe you want something on the Pony Express. This summarizes each event. Really the only area you'll find secondary where we're summarizing each topic. We have reading comprehension questions on the Pony Express here. And then your primary data. This will take you directly to these clips. A rider must face many types of hazards. All right, let's check it out. This is from the New York Herald, 1860. Nice and clear. You've got your tools here. You can jump to the front page if you want. Wow, that is a difficult newspaper to read, isn't it? But you can make it larger here. New York Herald, 1860. These are pretty amazing. You can get lost in the historical section, as you can imagine. And they do have the advertisements too. All right. That's a good look at the historical area, America's historical newspapers. We have Life in America. Real quick before I let you run. Black Life in America was our first. We added Hispanic, Asian, and then Indigenous this year. This is what it looks like. Black Life in America. Okay, we have put the suggested searches by era on the front page. Nice and easy to get to each pivotal time period. I'm actually going to go over to Asian. You can see all of these are laid out structurally the same way. Maybe we want to search Hmong in Asian Life in America. The dates on these are 1704 through today, all of the Life in America series. Okay, so we've done the search. We're getting about 80,000 results. First is out of Pennsylvania. They're talking about the cuisine. Here's something out of Virginia, same thing. I guess There's culture. And then on your left, you'll see the tools very similar to what I showed you. Pretty much the same toolbar. Your ability to narrow it down, go by continent, go by country, go to state, go to Wisconsin. You've got your language and so forth. All right. So that'll be a good idea of the Life in America series. I'm going to get back to, okay. I lost my my Zoom meeting, but anyway, that's that, Jeff. And again, thank you. If you would like any questions or a short trial or an individual demo, please don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you for your time.
Ari, thank you. I love it when you come here because I'm a nerd for the historical stuff. I love seeing the sometimes incredibly old newspapers that are accessible. So thanks so much for showing that off and so much more today.
Yeah, good. Anytime. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm going to share my screen one more time just to get us set up for our last presenter today. And it's going to take me 1 second because I messed something up. Okay, I think we're back on track here. Coming back to us for another Taco Tuesday, I'm really pleased to welcome back Adam, who's coming to us from Educate Station. Adam, are you ready to take over?
I'm ready to go, Jeff, whenever you are.
All right, it's all yours, sir.
All right, thank you. Well, hello, everybody. My name's Adam. I am with Educate Station, and our resource helps libraries support your homeschooling family population. We're now on the home page here. You'll see we have a full curriculum, pre-K through 5th grade. Below that, you'll see the subjects that we offer and the standards that they're aligned with. English and math are aligned to the Common Core standards. Science, social studies, and art are aligned with the national standards. And social emotional learning doesn't have official standards, but we're aligned with the Castle framework, which I guess you could say is as official as unofficial can get. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in here. So the resource is divided into 2 major categories. You can browse learning plans or worksheets. I'm just going to go ahead and click on kindergarten for under browse learning plans. And then I have the option to browse by week or subject. I'm going to click on browse learning plans by week. So this resource is divided into 35 weekly schedules. So it simulates a full school year. This is your week 1 recommended curriculum for kindergarten. You'll see the subjects and the topics that are covered. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on View PDF under Science. And this is your printable learning plan that your patrons can print out either in the library or at home. You'll see it comes with a description, standards that are addressed, objectives, materials needed. And then I'm going to just scroll quickly through the learning plan. You'll see the overview, more details, and then towards the bottom, there's at least 5 worksheets for the students to do throughout the week or the month, depending on what the subject is. So yeah, it's a resource primarily for homeschooling teachers and parents to access. There's limited screen time that's required of the children, which can be quite a point of contention nowadays, in case you haven't heard. So I'm going to go ahead and click the back button, and then I'm going to click on home at the top left, and I'm just going to go to kindergarten under browse worksheets. So you can follow the recommended learning sequence with the learning plans that simulates the full school year, or you can just come here and search for any kind of worksheet that you're looking for. You'll see every subject has its own row with the View All button here to the right. And every worksheet has 3 buttons. There's View to get a better look. If your patrons see anything they want to print out, they simply click Download. And if they're in a position where they cannot print it out, but they want to keep track of it, they can click on Add to My Classroom, which allows them to save and organize the materials as they like. And for an example of that, if I go to the top of the page and click on My Classroom, you'll see the Add Folder button here to the right. You can add and name as many folders as you like. And there's a few example folders here. So if I click on Shapes Learning Plans, I have my options here. I have an Edit button to the right. I can move them up or down my list of priority, or I can just click Remove if I've already printed it. Now, as far as who creates the curriculum, I know that would be a big question. Here's our About button at the home page. Our managing editor is Lily Jones. She has a master's in education from UC Berkeley. And she used to work for education.com. She's written a lot of educational articles for publications like Forbes. So she's got a great amount of experience in the field. And we also, I want to bring up, so I did present last year, but I wanted to bring up that we did add art now since I showed you the resource last year. And I'll just show you a quick example of an art activity. As far as art goes, we have them in 5 different categories: art fundamentals, crafting, learning from artists, performing arts, and seasons, nature as inspiration. So this we feel is really broadening the appeal of the resource in general. It's also serving as a nice way to do, say, like a or have the library as a community hub for obviously one of the main obstacles for homeschooling families is the socialization aspect. So we're happy to have these for libraries to organize everyone and bring them in together to do activities together. So as far as updates go, we did just add, right here you'll see we have a new, these are practice worksheets for cursive. We just added these. We added basic penmanship worksheets as well. We're still doing quarterly updates. So we added art in May. We just added those worksheets. We're going to be adding more worksheets related to the science of reading and skills-based math problems in November. And then sometime next year, we're going to start working on middle school grades as well. So it's going to keep expanding. So aside from that, we also we have our admin section. When we send you the official link for your website, we would also just send you an admin login where you can check usage statistics. You can check number of sessions, number of page views, and number of downloads. And you can also download printable promotional items and also social media graphics to make it easy to share to Facebook and Instagram. And as you can see, the resource is really easily organized, very simple to use. Obviously, I can't think of many things more intimidating than homeschooling your child. So we wanted to make it as simple and organized and kind of lead them by the hand and let them know what they should teach and when they should teach it. So I'm just going to click View All on a math worksheet, just to give you an idea of the layout if we're looking at all math. And other than that, yeah, just the way we set this up is we give you an IP authenticated link for your website so that patrons in the library can click on the link and get right in. And for patrons that click on the link from home, it would just ask them to enter their library card number. And that's the way to access it there. We also do accommodate proxy servers or SIP2 authentication. We can make anything work. And we're still rolling with our early subscriber discount. It's been so popular that, and obviously we haven't even contacted all the libraries in America yet. So we want to give everybody a chance to take advantage of it. So yeah, that is a quick overview. Are we opening up to any questions, Jeff, or?
We certainly can. If anyone here live in the session does have any questions for Adam, or really for any of our presenters that might still be here, please feel free to jump in. I haven't seen any questions come in yet, though.
Okay.
Unless if you got something else you want to show us, Adam, please don't hesitate.
Okay, sure. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's you know, it's broken up into two major categories. So if I just want to show you, say, the way it's organized. So if I want to, I mean, obviously I can view by subject, but I think by week kind of shows the organization is really one of the main factors for the resource. So this is my week 1 for 2nd grade that I'm showing you. So we have that downloadable PDF for all the subjects, and then I just want to hit the next button to get to week 2. And we're moving on to week 3, and it's all just easily laid out for you. And also I should mention that so we do IP authentication and access by library card number. So your patrons can just go on anonymously and download whatever they're looking for. The only time that they would enter anything else would be if they wanted to utilize the My Classroom feature. You would just click Add to Learning Plan, and then you could enter an email address and create a password. So very simple to do. And yeah, that's about it. Other than we do have the search function. You can search by keyword. You can search by whatever kind of standard you're looking for. We do find the keyword pretty handy. Like I just mentioned, like the cursive worksheets. You can just type in cursive and you can see all the worksheets that you would be looking for.
That's great, Adam. Thank you so much for joining us again today. I'm really excited that we've got Educate Station and the kind of WiLS vendor partner family offering support for kind of our homeschool populations here amongst WiLS kind of member territories. So it's an amazing resource. I definitely recommend libraries. If you're watching this video, do check it out and reach out to us for any more information you may need.
Absolutely, and I will say that we get a pretty the reaction we get mostly is when we quote is really, like, that's it. So our strategy is really to offer this for everybody that wants to have access to it. You're offering a service to patrons that may not be able to afford this kind of curriculum on their own. So it's a great community advantage. And also it's for us personally, it's a very stable business model. So we've been around for a couple of years now, and our renewal percentage is over 98%. So it's very affordable. We're talking, you know, tiny libraries can subscribe for $200. So.
That's amazing. That's so great. Well, Adam, thank you again for joining us and showing us around Educate Station.
My pleasure. All right. Thank you, Jeff. And have a great day, everybody.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you.
All right. Let's wrap up, shall we? Folks, thanks again for coming to another Taco Tuesday. Whether you're here live or whether you're watching the recording, we're always so pleased to be able to give you the opportunity to learn more about our many WiLS vendor partners. We're changing things up just a little bit, only in so much as we got to change the cadence of our sessions in September. So rather than our next session being 2 weeks from now, it's actually 1 week from now. So mark your calendar. The next Taco Tuesday will be September 23rd. And that is because the WiLS staff has a retreat at the end of this month. So we couldn't have Taco Tuesday on that same day. But we will be back with another slate of 4 vendor partners joining us next week on September 23rd. We hope that you'll join us as well. I will say thank you to all of you watching and to all of our presenters. We love doing this. It's become a staple here at WiLS, and so I'm always so excited to have such great participation amongst our vendor partners. That's it. I'm going to release everyone. We're exactly on time. It's 12:30 p.m. here at my house, which is official WiLS time. So we're going to call it the end of Taco Tuesday. I hope you'll join us next week for another one. Take care and have a great week.